This episode of the Devinwade Show is brought to you by Ace the Engineer, the only other audio engineer I trust to mix the Devinwade Show. If you want your stuff to sound professional, make sure to hit up Ace the Engineer, unless he's with like Beyonce or Patti LaBelle or some shit like that. Follow Ace the Engineer on IG at Ace the Engineer.
We about that action, get active, we came to run it up. Steady pistol back and we're savages, killers known to bust. And that's on either side, we let them heaters fly. We really live it, come and visit, you can see the ties. We about that action, get active, we came to run it up. Steady pistol back and we're savages, killers known to bust. And that's on either side, we let them heaters fly. We really live it, you can visit, come and see the ties. My time, I brought it over the bridge. They know what it is, really came up the coldest of kids. I respect it, cause when you thorough, you return what you did. It's standing on your word, I'm holding my kid. Great ball, I came up from the back block. In the hand, solo G, selling crack rock. Gunfire stopped the fun, had to back out. But now I'm smoking dope, sipping Henny on the mat with the ghost. Niggas mad cause really I did it alone when niggas won't. Bitches please, they never offend me, either you do or don't. I feel like I'm 50, these minute men got me seeing ghosts. Flexing but ain't trying both. I appreciate it cause nothing is given, talking most. Brand new old bitches DMing me, I forgot I yo. I smoke like a chimney, sorry baby, you gotta go. Think I got the remedy cause I'm ballin' but never know. I got the remedy cause I'm ballin' but never know. We about that action, get active, we came to run it up. Steady pistol packin' with savages, killers known to bust. And that's on either side, we let them heaters fly. We really live it, come and visit, you can see the ties. We about that action, get active, we came to run it up. Steady pistol packin' with savages, killers known to bust. And that's on either side, we let them heaters fly. That's right, we really live it, you can visit, come and see the ties.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to another episode of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Devin Wade, a.k.a. Dev Nasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mom Out, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. And to the left of me.
Yeah, y'all already know what it is. The People's Champ with a capital P, Porta Rich. Let's get it.
Far left on the couch.
It's your girl, Walesca D. You already know the fashionista of the show. Hello.
And we have a special guest in the building with us today. He's a love expert, a former freak ball.
Yeah.
No, not even a former freak ball, still a freak ball,
yeah,
but a former whore.
There you go.
Former whore.
I'm a monogamous freak ball now.
Okay,
I like that.
Monogamous freak ball.
I like that.
That's a shirt. That's a clothing line. You know what I'm saying?
Let's call you MF.
You know, and that is the pro lover himself, Kyree Terrell. You know what I'm saying?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
The homie.
We good, man. We excited because today is one of those special shows where we do the relation skits, man. It's one of the best things ever, man, because on this show we always talk about certain situations and we have to describe them to y'all, and then we get in our debates and things like that. But the relation skits add a different layer to it because you get to actually watch,
see it.
You know, everything happen, and there's no if, ands, or but what if is no. We are seeing what the fuck happened, and then we're judging it from there. But somehow, I don't know, they're over there wiggling asses in back of you and things like that. They're just over there wiggling asses randomly.
You can make a relation skit out of that, I guess.
You know
right.
If you with it, I'm with it.
That's random, but our viewers are used to that, man. But how you feeling though, bro? First off,
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good. I'm glad to be back. You know what I'm saying, on the couch with Walesca D. You know what I'm saying. With the guys.
He got a nice floral shirt.
Yes, I did this for a while. I figured she might.
Yeah, this nigga gonna talk
that
about.
That nigga bought flowers for the lady.
Listen, and then he put it on talking about.
I like that.
He put it on talking about some. Yo, I think this shirt I must have bought the wrong size.
Right.
Kind of tight. What you think?
Yeah.
What you think, ladies?
Kyree, which way to the beach? That way.
Maybe it's
right.
No.
Oh my God! But y'all want to get right into one of these?
Why not?
One of these relation skits?
Let's set it right off.
Let's get right into one of these joints real quick, yo.
What the fuck is this?
Why are you coming in here with all that energy, first of all? And that's the script I've been working on all day.
Brandy, you're not doing this.
I'm not doing what, Ollie?
This shit got you kissing some nigga and a sex scene in it?
Oh, so you read the whole thing? You like the script?
Brandy, I'm not playing. I'm serious.
Ollie, stop it. I'm an actress. It's harmless. It is a character. It's not your fiance actually with another man. You know that.
Nah, this shit different. This shit got you playing some cheating wife and you about to be my wife? Nah, I don't even want to hear it. You're not doing this shit.
First of all, you're not gonna tell me what I'm doing and what I'm not doing.
I damn sure am.
No, you're not. I'm an actress. I act like people. I tell stories for a living. It's my job.
Don't give me that shit. We've been together for 3 years and I ain't never seen you do no shit like this.
First of all, it's not my first kissing scene. And it's not my first sex scene either. And who cares? It's not real, crazy?
Brandy, listen up. No wife of mine is gonna be kissing other men and rolling around in bed with them. I make plenty money to take care of the both of us, so you either gotta stop acting or stop taking these roles.
I've been an actress my whole life. You knew that from the first day you met me. And now you're telling me that I gotta give up my dream because you wanna marry me? You're fucking crazy.
Ain't nobody say you gotta give up your dream, but why you gotta be fucking on camera?
It's not real, dummy! Why you gotta be so pig-headed and insecure? Look, ain't nobody fucking on camera. We make it look believable. I don't have no feelings for my co-star. We are both very professional. He's in a relationship too.
Oh, so y'all got all personal and all that. You know his status.
Ollie, we have been rehearsing for the past 30 days. Listen, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna turn down roles because my man wanna be the fuck insecure. If I gotta choose between you and my dreams, I'm always gonna choose my dream. So you do what you gotta do with that. Give me my damn script.
Give me my damn script.
Brandy, you're not taking that role.
Bye, Ollie.
It's too late. It's already been took.
Damn.
Fun fact, that's the most viewed relation skit of all time thus far.
This a mean one.
It was shared by a couple different outlets on IG when we put it up, so that Joan went crazy.
This a mean one. And
She called him a dummy too. That was kind of, you know.
Shout to them. Make sure you.
Oh, they was great actors.
The actors and the
Great
actors, they bodied that with just the audio. Well, you know, they just dying. Just the audio is crazy.
I felt that.
Yeah, they did their thing, and that was one that I had in the can. Like I keep notes that I write whenever something comes to mind. So I got like at this point probably like 150 relation skits in my John. That John was in the can for a minute because with me casting all the time, and especially with something like relation skits, I often get actors saying, "Oh, I can't do that." And one of the things I learned way back when I was doing my auditions and acting and all of that is you're not an actor if you have inhibitions, right?
Whoa.
Can you break down that terminology? Can you break it down? What's the definition?
I can break it down. So inhibitions mean there's things I can't or won't do, right? Now it's not to say that you have to be sold and you have to do anything, right? But it is to say that if you have many like limitations and inhibitions, you're not gonna go far in Hollywood. Right? So like a question that for real, a question is, how many famous actresses do you know that never did a sex scene, never shown their titties? Like a famous actress though. Name one.
I mean, I don't know offhand, but I would say there's some famous actresses that didn't show their titties. God,
I mean, it's
because you gotta remember.
But I get what he's saying.
But I want to circle back because I want to play both sides, right? Halle Berry's titties ain't come out until they gave her $1 million. She was already
she did
up.
Sex scenes though.
Nah,
So
she did.
Hold on.
She did.
So hold on. Wait. Hold on.
I'm forward when I say titties shown.
Okay,
But to do a sex scene or to do something vulgar, you got to remember what Hollywood is, right? Mm-hmm. Hollywood is typically the story of love. Mm-hmm. It's like typically, like you're not gonna find many movies that don't even if it's an action movie, it got a love undertone to it, right? Mm-hmm. You're not gonna find much of that. So if you come in saying there's things I won't do, directors and casting directors and those types of people, they're going to be reluctant to work with you. And that's just a fact because it's like, I want to work with the people that I can plug and play. Anything I write, I know this person embody this role. Don't matter what's in it because they're an actress or an actor. And that's a thing that a lot of people nowadays, especially with, video cameras in your phone, they act. They're not actors. Right? They're not thespians. They're not fans of the craft or so deep in it.
They're not what? What was the other word?
Thespians.
All right, let's make sure that's a TH. No, go ahead.
But to be that, you have to have really, really skimpy inhibitions, right? Once again, it's not don't stand for something. Like, you don't want to wear a dress, all right, I understand. You don't want to play a gay role, whatever it might be, all right, I understand. But as far as sex scenes or cursing, vulgarities, like things that you aren't in your real life, that's what acting is.
But hold on, so I want to rewind back to that because, like I said, we playing both sides. Basically, something that you aren't in real life is a gay person. So you know if it's not real, right? The reason why you won't, I'm trying to argue for this guy in this John. The reason why you won't kiss a man in a movie is because you don't kiss men in real life. Right? Hold on.
No,
but that's the real reason why you're not doing it.
You're right-ish, right? So I won't kiss a man in a movie because I'm not kissing a man, right? There's still an action that I have to do, right? But I would play a gay person, right? So it depends on what the confines of the role is.
Gotcha.
I'm secure in my own sexuality to say. And this is the other caveat about that. I'm secure enough to say I'll play a gay person if the gay person adds value to the story, right?
Right.
I won't play, or even as a writer, I won't write in gay because it's like, all right, and somebody should be gay. No, how does that push our story forward?
Correct.
And that doesn't go for anything. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not just picking out gay. That goes for whatever should be in here. And now when it comes to me, if someone gives me a script and they're like, yeah, you play Marquise, and I read it, Marquise is gay.
Why he had to be Marquise?
I don't know, but it's almost lispy.
Lispy
Jones sound gay a little bit.
Marquise goes
Marquise
it goes that
is
way.
mad right now.
I'm sorry, straight Marquises of the world. But anywho, if I read the script and it makes sense, and I think Marquise is a great character, and that script does not have me touching or kissing a man in a way that I wouldn't, I'll give a hug. Right? I'll give a pat on the back, whatever it's going to be. I have the inhibition that I'm not doing a gay full-on, like I'm not doing no gay sex scene.
So that's where we're trying to get at, because the reason why I can understand this argument is from both sides is because the action that you're doing, that you're kissing a man, she talked about we're pretending, dummy.
Right.
The difference is we could be pretending to fight. If I punch you in the face, I did punch you in the face. So when you kiss the man, you did kiss the man. The feelings can be pretend. The action is not. There is no fake action. Did he spread your ass apart? Did he suck on your breast in the movie? Did you kiss him? That happened. Whether or not you mentally were there for it or whatever is a totally different thing. And the reason why I know a lot of dudes go through this, and there's not as many, well, there's a lot of actors, but in our community, there's a lot of niggas that rap. And you can rap, and if you get in a relationship, you gonna hear it about the model sitting on your lap while you spitting, and that's not even kissing scenes. You know, most niggas, we got people who come on this show to perform or anything, and it's like, nigga, keep those butts so far away from me, bro.
That's real.
Because they can't even play the character of just like, I'm rapping, and in my video, I'm in the club, I'm supposed to be the man. I got the bread, I got all of that, I got the pistol, I got this.
I've learned that comes from two things, right? Some people are insecure in their own right, and some people were made insecure by their partners, right? So I think that the former, people who are insecure in their own right, you really got to find out what sexual value is to you, and then you have to find someone that shares that sexual value with you. What do I mean? What I mean is he nor she will be in that close a confine to another person because we share the same sexual values. That's too much for you. That's too much for me too. We mutually won't do that, right? Then there's some people who are secure in their own right. Right? And you and me know we've created those monsters.
Yeah, I know.
There's some women who are secure in their own right, but you did some nut shit in the past, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, you used to smoke crack. I don't want you in a room full of crack. Right? That's all it is. Because you got that habit, nigga. Yeah. I don't have that habit. So there's some women and men that are insecure because they're of their partner's actions, right? And I just feel like in relationships, and in this particular situation that we're talking about, they mention, and you know everything I write is on purpose. They mention that they were in that relationship for 3 years. Right. So the scene signifies that this is the first time he's actually picked up a script and paid attention to what's going on in this scene she had to do, right? So that's a piece where it's like, where do we place sexual value? Because what you're talking about with the action being separate from the mental of it, she's there, he's not there, right? So he's saying, it might not even be for him, and this wasn't written into the script, but it might be for who else is going to see it. No wife of mine is going to be rolling around with other men on camera, right?
That's a fact.
It might be for his mental, like, my man Porter going to see that, Dev going to see that, how they going to look at me?
I mean, it could be his mom.
I might be in the scene.
Very true.
But for real, it could literally be the parent. Like that man's mom or dad might feel like, son, you got your wife running around in because I could see how that shit would unfold.
I literally just had to have a convo with my mother about how old I am and what I do. Right? My own family. I'm like, listen, I create art. It's what I do. You like Power? You like Goodfellas? You seen Menace? Like, you like that shit, right? But because you're not connected to it, because it's not your baby,
exactly,
it don't matter. It's fire to them,
right?
Like, can I do the same thing?
I feel like, because from hearing what I heard on the audio, I just feel like again, this goes back to me, because I do some acting. I've done some sex scenes, and don't get me wrong, I try to put myself in the other side too. And I mean, if I wasn't an actor and it was my wife who was acting, right, and doing all this stuff, I just feel like, again, this goes back to just speaking on relationships, period, right? And people don't get to know each other no more. People be in these relationships. People think 3 years is a long time. You heard how Bull was talking on the joint. Like, you could find out something new about your partner after 5 years, right? Because we just never really know people.
People hide things.
Right?
People don't communicate
But people
correctly.
also evolve. You could be with somebody for 5 years and then they catch the acting bug. So now if they catch the acting bug and they're like, yo, I've learned, I used to think that this was a violation too, but now that I see the craft, I understand it. But that don't mean that your husband is going to agree or vice versa.
There's Hollywood actors who, when they do those scenes, their partners are there, right? For the comfortability of it all, right? Now it doesn't seem like it's behind closed doors, we're hiding anything. You know what I'm saying? It's really... There's a point where you have to be, and I don't want to say you have to be, because people could choose their own lives, but if you're going to be with someone who's an actor, in my opinion, right, and that person, to her point, this is her dream, this is what she wants to do, she's going to have to be other people in stories, right? So y'all got to have a conversation about what's good for you, what's not good for you, and if her dream is paramount, y'all can't be together. Right? And that's okay. That's another thing that people don't talk about. For real. It's okay.
I think also, too, what's a key point in this skit is that that's the first time him picking up a skit. I mean, like a script of hers.
Right.
So clearly, you've been in this relationship. You haven't paid any mind
to what she's been doing.
What she's been doing.
And she said, it's not my first kiss scene, it's not my first sex scene.
Exactly. So it's just like those little key components are valid because... Finally, you pick something up, and now you're trying to tell me to stop something I've been doing during our entire relationship. I'm pretty sure she's had her skits laying around, and she was actually excited that he read the script.
Right.
She was like, "Oh wow."
That was a little. Hold on, Wiley. She was gaming a little bit on that joint.
No, she was like, "Oh, you read it."
But she would have to be handicapped mentally, right? To not see that he was upset with the approach, and then she tried to dial it back by like you walk in this joint, I just seen this script. Oh, you saw it. You see where I'm at with it already.
Right.
So that part.
I mean, but if she ain't do nothing, that might have been her natural response.
It was her innocence.
If she ain't do nothing,
that's why I put it like that. It was her innocence. Because I didn't want her to jump on it defensively from rip, because I wanted her side to be read as innocent. Like, no, nigga, I'm doing my job. You know what I'm saying? I like that you took in some interest in it finally, but I'm innocent.
I like the point that you made, because don't get me wrong. For anybody out there dealing with any of this, right? You ever dealing with an actor, actress, it's not easy. It is not easy. Trust me, because I know I had to kiss women I did 2 sex scenes, and one was not in a relationship, one was. And I know it's not easy because you're going to, I know how I am as a man, right? But it's, again, knowing your partner, understanding, you know what I mean? I feel like, you know, if that was a good point you made, Wally, because if she been doing it and you her man, you been around 3 years, nigga. Like, you ain't never try to, like, inquire about exactly what's going on on these sets, in these acting shits, so you can kind of, like, know, and then now you get wind, because you finally pick up one, and you see it's a sex scene, and you ready to flip out, but she already been doing it for some time. Yeah. I just feel like...
And he's threatening the relationship, though. He's, like, threatening to the point that he's just like, I don't want to be with you anymore, off of just the one script that she's...
And... the last point the only thing that I wanted to say was when you said if a woman definitely like is on some shit like, yo, he not getting this pussy, and almost feel disrespected by you feeling away with my job when you know what my job, and I know, you know, like I would never like this, not this, nigga. We could kiss, we could do whatever comes with that.
That's the line that is drawn that determines who's insecure, right? Yeah. Because if it's really innocent on her side and what she's saying is true, right? This is what I do, is acting. By the time this role is over, I'm not even going to see or communicate with this boy no more. Like, we did a job, that's that. Then the insecurity all falls on him, right?
You got to be fair, because this is what I want to make sure that I'm doing, right? When we're people of entertainment, we're like, we get on here and tell our private lives about shit, so we're a little bit different.
It ain't everybody.
It's not everybody.
We real different.
And like, if we broke this down to not what we're normally used to, like we watch TV. If we broke this down to like a person's religious outlook, in a real religious foundation, they don't give a fuck what the reason for it is that a woman is kissing another man that's not her husband. There's no thing where it's like, oh, it's cool to do if you're acting, or
but
if
that's the conversation they gotta have, though.
So
that's why when he put that in there for 3 years,
but he's having it now. So what happens is she says she's had those Jones before, right? But that could have been before the 3 years, like, you know, before the 3 years. It could have been. It didn't say that it was during that time.
Right.
Another thing that happens with a lot of us, we don't check our significant other's job. Yo, you could ask most people, what do they do at work, yo? Niggas do not know. Niggas don't know. Niggas just like that. People be so wrapped up in what they do. It'd be like, what do she do at her job though? She work at the some.
I don't know what she do though.
I know where she work, but they don't. And that's people in general. But so it is like what Porter said. You're gonna have to like pay special attention to that. And for that man, if that's his choice of saying, yo, that's not for me, I'm not comfortable with that, I wouldn't want to just throw that dude under the bus. It's like, that's his choice to say, I can't do this. Because just like what Porter talked about, right? He had the scenes and shit like that. I went to premieres when you was talking about he could be worried about what other people think. Nigga, when Porta Rich scene come on, all those people, 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old, acted like children. The whole fucking place is like, ooh! Acting crazy. So now I can see where the woman involved could have a husband that's like, yo, I'm not feeling that.
Listen.
I felt uncomfortable watching his fucking sex
So she came, shout out to Wally for supporting, and shout to the co-actresses, because I want to talk about this respectfully, because I don't want nobody to be back home. I don't know whatever happened with any of my co-actresses back home with their people. But it wasn't never no goofy shit, right? I ain't no goofy nigga, but at the same, and I mean that, what I mean by that is I'm not trying to violate nobody's situation, right? Because I wouldn't like nobody to do that to me if they knew like this was my lady, right? So I don't play like that, right? When I know you married, you married. But at the same time, we had a job to do, and we was talking about this with the directors and with everybody. Like, no, this has to be sellable. This has to be believable. The actress, she was like, she wants to be a great actress. Right. That's the goal. Like, no, you know, we bodied like Chase Street when we did Chase Street. You know, me and my people. So when it came to this scene, we was like, no, we want this shit to be believable and sellable. So did I had to really kiss her? Yeah, we really kissed. Was it crazy, like disrespectful, like all? No, it wasn't. It was we kept it professional. We kissed, But was it like kiss attached with like feelings and thoughts of attraction and I'm feeling you and I'm going to fuck you? No,
and
not at all.
To your point, that's unfathomable for a lot of people.
Right, I get it.
As actors and entertainers, we understand it and we get it, right? We'd be lying if we said it doesn't feel good or
this where we going with it. Let's go.
It didn't turn me on or anything like that, right? But there is a level of professionalism that I've been in the arts for the past 25 years of my life, right? So I've done everything, stage plays, reality shows, you name it, and I've done them from multiple angles.
Right.
So I've seen people kind of get flustered, kind of pull back, kind of hold back. The problem with sex and a sex scene when you're filming it, right? Y'all know from being in and around cameras, anything you do on camera, if you do it at 100%, it looks like 50, right? If you do it at 50%, it looks like turn that bullshit off.
Yeah.
Right?
So when a person's taking a picture, I tell them pose more dramatically so that it can really look right.
So when a sex scene happens, it's like now, and then you got to think about movie sex. Nobody has movie sex. Like, I don't care how hot you is, how bad you is. Like, the closest you might get to movie sex is your first time, and that's you still ain't break no lamp, you ain't kick nothing over, you ain't just.
Listen,
the movie. Let me make this point.
Go ahead.
The movie sex is heightened, right? That's one side of it. The other side of it is it's very technical. So by the time you get into by the time you get into that kiss was cool, you gotta do it again.
Yeah.
And you gotta do it again.
Different
and at some
angle,
point,
set up the light different.
You jump out of it mentally. That's just what happens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
for real.
It don't feel like love making and all of that is intimate. We kiss, the feelings you talking about come over us. We get into it. We taking this on different levels. On set is, all right, now this angle, let's do it like this. Now this, let's do it like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a lot going on. It's other people in the room, the whole nine. That shit by no estimate is fucking sexual or intimate.
My man, look,
it's not.
A young kid, it's crazy that we talking about this because no bullshit. Shout out to my little young nigga Naj. Naj walked up on me today on the block and was like, Rich, nigga, we was watching some movie with my girl, nigga. And then, nigga, you just pop up on the scene, nigga. And he, he started fast. He seen The Recession. Shout out to my guy, Maurice Paramore, director for The Recession. He seen The Recession. And that's a different joint from the first joint I was talking about where I got a sex scene in that joint too. And just so happens, me and the girl was single. So it was kind of like just more comfortability. More comfortability.
Right.
Wasn't really like the issues about, just not being disrespectful, making sure nobody feels offended after this. So we was, able to just go crazier. But like you said, we were sweating. We were sweating from dry humping all this shit. When it's crazy because my young nigga said, Rich, he said at the end, because I did one of these on the end. After the end, like I felt like like we did it where we got to that point. It was a headboard on the bed. I leaned my head on the headboard like I was just like done. Like, you know how we really do at times. And I'm just like, dang, crazy round. Right?
Yeah.
And my young nigga said, yo, when you did that, nigga, he said, nigga, you killed that shit, nigga. That's what we really do. So I just feel how you feel and how directors feel, how Hollywood feel.
It's not an intimate thing. It's not.
But when you do a good job, when you do a good job at anything, like your video shoot is going to look extra lit. It looked like it was really a party like that the whole time.
For sure.
When really you got people rushing, lights changing, redoing stuff over and over and over again. But what I will say is, Rich just added something in. Depending on what it is to the other person is probably what bothers people. I'm glad Rich said this because I didn't even think about this part. You're going into it with a certain thing, but Shorty over there is like, I can't believe it. I'm in the bed naked with Porta Rich. You know what I'm saying? And Porta Rich's wife, if he had one, might feel a way about that no matter what, because she doesn't come from doing this type of stuff, And one thing that we cannot discount, this is a fact, the way you've seen all of these things, acting, sometimes when people is real nice, they actually go somewhere mentally where this is really happening to them. I'm talking about people that play the Joker, and when they come back, it takes a while for them to get off of it. So in the same light, if we sat and made a list of how many people was in relationships, did a movie together and left their relationship to be together become some of the most biggest couples in the world that we know of. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a Jennifer Aniston is with somebody.
But that's the movie that I got coming out though. That's Work Bay. That's why that happens. It ain't about the scene. It's about I was on set with you for 7 months. We dated already. You know what I'm saying? So that's different.
So it's a combination of all the things, because it might not even be so much all the wild sex scenes. It could just be them playing the husband or wife. It can be so far that when you go out and people know it as like if y'all was a TV couple, you're so famously known as as his wife that it starts feeling like I'm Miss Terrell, you know what I'm saying? And those things develop. So people are always going to be worried about stuff like that, especially a dude that just works the 9 to 5. You heard where he went to. He tried to make it about money. He tried to make it.
The conversation has to happen where you bring some understanding to your partner. Because to your point, if the job is well done, it's going to look amazing. So that's the story it's going to tell. They fucked on camera. That's what it looked like. That's what everybody...
When Porter hit that joint,
right?
Mad niggas in the hood, it's like this.
Oh, he really
Porter
squeezed off.
Yo, Porter hit that.
Yo, no.
This is a fact.
No, that's absolutely a fact. But they say, they be coming up on me like, come on, Porter, you fuck for
real. But here's the truth. Here's the truth.
And
so
it's not.
Another plug, Work Base coming out soon. Probably by the time this is out, it's about to drop. So there's a sex scene in that with me and a young lady, right? The way it's edited, it looks like we doing it in the shower.
Right.
But we both have on, it's my first time ever wearing pantyhose. I had on pantyhose, right? So had on the pantyhose that match my color, cut them up real short. So they all they doing is holding my
really
jump
see
tight, right? And she had on a pair too, you know what I'm saying? And some pasties on her chest. So the crazy part with how it happened is we were supposed to use the bed for the sex scene. So I already got this in my head, what we gonna do, the whole 9. We get thrown a curveball because and it worked out better. But the beds, I had a staged apartment unit. So the beds were boxes. So we can't even lay on them. Right?
Oh shit.
The beds are boxes. So just to even start the sex scene, we had to put like some pillows down and all this just for the start of it. But then I'm like, all right, the shower was bomb. So I said, we're going to use the shower. You know what I'm saying? And that was, PA, go get some pantyhose. That's how we going to do it, the whole 9. But that explanation for someone's partner who is insecure, when they see it, it looked like we fucking in the shower. It looked like we naked the whole 9.
Yeah.
But we not. But sometimes just that explanation is enough to be like, nah, babe, this how it went down. This how we made it look like it looked. Because to your point, everybody ain't behind the scenes people. Right. Some people been a construction worker their whole life, a nurse their whole life, whatever. And what they see, you'd be surprised. Like, people see this shit on TV. They really think like a whole movie is like one take and motherfuckers is really those people.
People watch a podcast and think all the time you're silly. Like if you watch me be silly for a motherfucking hour because I'm doing a show and we having fun, you're not gonna be able to just approach me in the street and do anything. You're gonna meet a complete different nigga. You're gonna be like, yo, who's this
person?
Nigga? You know what I'm saying?
You gonna meet Mr. Choke you the fuck out.
You're gonna meet a complete different person. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. It for anybody in that situation, like Wally said, like Porter said, like you gotta have that conversation. That man was having that conversation because I guess it's never too late to have the conversation. If that's what happened 3 years past, shit, he gotta have it.
Yeah,
he said what he said. He stood on it. And now they gotta go from there because what he might say is, all right, well, every time you kiss a nigga, I'm kissing a chick. I just need to know that
Or he might say, fuck it, I'm gonna pick up a script then too.
But I'm gonna tell you this:
if that one though,
if he did
mano,
that,
mano.
Huh?
Every time you kiss, I'm gonna kiss. That was a good one.
That could happen.
Wait,
but hold on. But that she would be mad at him. If he said, well, then you know what? I'm going to be in a movie then. And I'm going to do it. I don't give a fuck if this nigga had Will Smith level acting skills. She going to be like, you petty bitch.
For the pettiness, yes.
Yes.
For the pettiness, yes.
Yeah.
But the difference is she's getting paid and he isn't.
No, but I'm saying, no, regardless.
It would be a petty move.
No, but let's say he really just said, I could get in that bag. And he was that nigga. Bodied it. right? He bodied it.
Yeah,
she's still gonna be like, nigga, you did that out of spite. It's a rap, and I understand her point on that 100%.
No,
my final thing is what I said earlier. I want to just say it again one time, but get to know your people, man. Get to know people. Get to really know people, because if you felt like fuck acting, right? If you just feel you with somebody that would fuck, period, for any reason, there's wild reasons why a person will fuck. We done seen indecent proposal, all kinds of shit. We know we living in a materialistic world. So if you feel you with a partner that would fuck for a bag, fuck for a Rolex, whatever, you ain't supposed to be with them.
Right.
If
That's
you
the
feel
more
like
important
that.
part.
So my whole thing is get to know your people, because if you with an actress, and no matter if she's an
It's going
actress or
down.
not, but you feel she'll fuck if the right opportunity comes and if the right certain shit is offered, then you ain't supposed to be with her no way, nigga.
What if he don't think she'll fuck? What if he says, I just don't like this? He might
Then
say...
guess what? He got to make a decision at that point. Do I love this person that much, and is this person that much close to me?
Correct.
Well, I know she ain't giving up my pussy, but I still want to let her go.
Yeah, because
make a decision.
Because that's the main thing is, I don't know if, this dude kind of seemed like he could be thinking she's trying to fuck. But I think a lot of people have common sense, and they're saying like, no, I'm not saying she's going to fuck. What I'm saying is, for money, because she's getting paid, like Wally said, for money, actors could suck her titties. That's what he's saying. He's saying for money, because you're doing it as a job, right? She said, that's my job. So it's like, for money, niggas could suck your titties in a movie, correct? So he could say, all right, bet. I'm going to go do such and such. You know what I'm saying?
You know when they suck titties, though, they put the little caps on the nipples. So you ain't really sucking the whole titty. You sucking on like a pastry.
Sometimes they do.
Nah, they suck titties.
Sometimes they do.
I mean, we try to hide shit for the actors. Oh, chill out.
All right, so look, we go
another one.
We gonna get into another one. Let's get into another one, y'all.
Excuse me, cutie. Can I talk to you for a minute? Excuse me, miss. Can I talk to you?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Why?
No, thank you, because I don't need to explain myself. And my name isn't Cutie or Miss. Have a nice day, sir.
Wait. So you could call me sir, but I can't call you miss? I didn't know your name. I was trying to get your attention.
Your approach was just, it was off. And I'm fine. I'm not interested.
Not interested in what? The conversation didn't even start yet.
It started enough. And I said I'm fine. At this point, you're harassing me.
What? So now a man can't strike a conversation with a female without it being called harassment.
I didn't say that.
Can I have your name, please?
Oh, manners now. Brianna.
Brianna, how you doing? You Chris? Okay. I seen you walk past here. I said to myself, if she come back, I'm going to ask her, can I take her to dinner?
Oh, so you're stalking me now, too.
Oh, my God. No, I'm not stalking you. What's wrong with you?
First of all, I was joking. You finally got my attention, but your masculinity is too toxic to receive a joke.
A joke? I'm supposed to take that as a joke. First you accuse me of harassment, then you accuse me of stalking you. I'm supposed to find that funny.
Well, if you're secure where you are, then actually, yes. But, if I'm striking a nerve, I digress. Have a good day.
You digress? Wait, who said I was done talking to you?
I did. Excuse me.
Bitch.
Listen, son. Listen, I'm jumping right out. That bitch is a psychopath. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. She
I'm like, did I miss a part? Because she was angry, and then all of a sudden she had a high pitched voice. I'm like, I missed something.
We missed the part I think around the part when he said, right before she said, oh, you got manners.
Yeah.
If I could have seen a visual, I would have seen him like pull his hand out his pocket with the rollie on or something.
Porter, we sent you all of the visuals. That's why Porter is so unprepared.
No, it's all good. That's my bad. But I felt like that's what I would have seen. Like him pulling out his hand with like a Rolex or something on.
He had a Mary t-shirt. That might have helped him.
Listen,
he had that on when he walked up though.
Yeah.
But Porter, we've all been through that.
Listen, hold on, wait. That's a crazy level.
You know what it is with those type of females, and there's a lot of them out there. I just feel like they're always on defense mode, and it's just like for any man, it could have been somebody that was just such a gentleman. They would have took it the same way that she took it in this scenario. But I just feel like, she got her own issues, and that's why she's like deflected on him. That ain't got nothing to do with his approach, because he didn't approach her in any way. Because I was even confused. I was like, wait, did I miss a part? Like, what is going on?
And that's on purpose, because, like I said, Dev, Porta, I know y'all know. So when I was a young boy, and I miss these days. I miss the days when I had the Guess pencil pockets with the pen, with the ripped up piece of paper in the back. Because you had to strike up a conversation, tear that piece of paper off, and get a phone number. So I've always been good at the art of speaking to a woman. And what I learned at a young age that helped me was that men hunt and women are prey, right? So, and I don't mean that in a violent way. How I mean that is the average woman, pretty or not, has like the wolves at her neck her entire life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And most of them niggas come off a certain way. Most of them, overwhelming majority, to your point about defense mechanism, overwhelming majority do not know how, and it's probably worse now because niggas is just, they these warriors.
Yeah.
They don't know how to talk to a female. Overwhelming majority. So as a youngster, I pattern that art. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like, one of the things about like my whole moniker with Pro Lover is like something that was important to me from a young age, because I used to think, my mentality was fucked up. I used to think getting a lot of women and getting the baddest women. Y'all remember The Wood when Alicia was in the club and everybody wanted Alicia? That was my whole, like, that movie was like, nigga, that's me. Like, where they at? Give me the best one wherever they at. That's what I'm gonna do. But I looked at it as like a science, how I gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So it was the approach. It was that approach. And you mentioned like making them laugh before and stuff like that. Like, I had bars that would work. You know what I'm saying? Even on the mean face, mad face
that,
Jones,
you break that joint
I had
down.
a bar that'll work. And one of my bars, like speaking of the mean face, mad face John, was go straight at the face. Your face like this all the time? If I make you laugh, you gotta give me your phone number. The laugh used to happen right there. Because they broke. They not used to nobody coming toward them that way.
I want to tell you that Monica is shaking her head no, but what they don't realize is you can always tell, like, women will shake their head no, and then kind of in a response of, that wouldn't work on me.
On me.
Niggas,
I'm saying
telling
it wouldn't work though because it's happened.
Well, no. What I'm telling you is I don't know who that person is.
It
right?
wasn't me.
I could vouch. Listen, I could vouch for him only because of our passings in the past. I know that there was certain special niggas that was around the way. I knew.
And I'm not saying it worked every time.
No, but I'm saying these things worked. Charm is a real thing. It's a, you know what I'm saying? Charm is a real thing when a person has the ability to entertain people,
humor,
and not get flustered on when you're kind of getting
exactly.
you get in decline, but you see that he didn't call you. Nothing changed.
It's another one in the chamber, baby.
His delivery was still just right there, just like I'm trying to get with you.
Right.
I don't care if you trying to play me out. And trust me,
till the end, he mumbled a little bitch at the end.
No, not him.
I'm talking about us.
I'm talking about the skits still.
Yeah.
And it didn't work all the time. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that there's a natural rejection that everybody got, right? Everybody got no in that first clip, right? Everybody, especially women, especially when it's a man approaching them. A lot of motherfuckers that's with somebody now, she told him no for the first time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it started to become an art to me, like, all right, how do I get in, right? And then when I learned, like, the one up was like, all right, in high school, it was like 9th grade, I see these certain chicks. 10th grade, I see a lot of these same certain chicks. And then I learned, like, to your point when you was talking about the time and how the couple spend time with each other and they become, I learned I ain't had to crack. I just had to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Because now you hide your motive. And I'm not talking about like a friend zone ass nigga. I'm talking about they know what it is, but I never asked for your phone number. You know how many like how much ass that got me? Like just being that cool nigga that's like every other nigga coming at me.
1000%.
But this nigga just like, yo, you want this last donut? This nigga just got something for that because now when I'm ready, I learned like, I gotta see you every day. You know what I'm saying? And especially after high school, like that was my move.
That's when you get the call out of nowhere. What you doing? Random. I mean, random.
Listen,
you was in a junkie room or some shit like that. They hit you with the random. Where are you? What?
Right. It's happened oftentimes.
Yeah.
And after high school, the Jones that I never asked for their number, out the woodwork. Like, nigga, we was together for all this time. But a woman works like, I might not never see him again. Let me reach out. And that reach out is like them cracking on you. You understand what I'm saying? And I think a lot of dudes, if I could give any advice to y'all dudes that's watching right now, thirst is real, right? And women hate, I'm not even gonna say women. Everybody hates thirst. Everybody hates, and hate's the wrong word. When you're thirsty, they know you'll be there tomorrow, right? They know you'll be there tomorrow. So as soon as you are that guy or that girl, hey, when we going, this was what's going to happen. You can't do that. What you have to do is you have to add value to somebody, right? Seemingly for nothing. You know what your motive is and everything like that. And by value, I don't mean you buying or something or doing something like that. Women are hip to that game too. What I'm saying is add value to them. Take interest in what they got going on, right? Nobody else probably doing that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she's single. If she's single, it's probably knucklehead niggas trying to get at her the wrong way. So what you want to do is you want to just add value to her. Because once you add value, it's the same thing like a timeline while we click follow. They do this? I might need that one day. Click, and now you follow because you want to receive. When motherfuckers spam, what you do? You block them. This is too much. I don't want this. Block.
Great analogies.
The relationships work the same way or I should say courtship. It works the same way. And I know it's a tricky situation because you're like, well, how do I be scarce and interested at the same time? You just got to change what you're interested in as a man. Because 9 times out of 10, we interested in the cheeks, right? So you can't come off like I'm interested in the cheeks. I don't care how many women say, if you just wanted to fuck, you should have said that.
That's what some of them say.
You're not going to fuck.
Yeah, but whatever.
You're not going to fuck that way, my nigga. Let's go, bro. Stop going on. But anywho, I'll wrap up this point by saying, when you add value to anybody's life, they're going to want more of that value. Now you're in. Now the defense mechanism that's happening in that relationship that y'all just watching, all of that, it's not there. You're somebody who they want to learn more. It's why you buy a webinar from the person you've been following for so long. Now, let's take our relationship to a next level. You know what I'm saying? That's a secret, especially if you know. Don't be hyped. If you know you're going to spend time with somebody, you work with them, you in school with them, whatever, just be a resource to them. Be help to them.
I have a question.
What's up, man?
So if you want the cheeks, you're not supposed to let them know you want the cheeks. You're supposed to fake interest into what they got going on to get the cheeks?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm more so talking about genuine relationship approach.
Because you said
courtship.
like 90-something% of the men just want cheeks.
Well, yeah, that's what it is.
You do. That's the initial.
But he's talking about the approach for the guy who's interested in the cheeks and more.
I'm talking courtship, right? Okay. So courtship is when game works, right? Game is bullshit that you can see through, right? I'm talking courtship. So if you do just want to fuck, that's by a long shot not courtship. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying be fake.
Courtship
I'm saying
is
be you, right?
With a purpose.
What can I do for you that I already naturally do? It's just my thing.
Right.
But I see what you got going on. You know what? Let me add a little spice to your joint, right?
Right.
I'm okay because I know who I am. So even if you don't take the spice, it's what I do anyway, baby girl. Here, take these free photos. I see you got your so-and-so business. These will help you out.
Free photos, though.
He just added.
That's how Dev
I'm
started.
picking on you.
Damn, I'm not. You got
that was his
free.
That was his own life and his
I gotta get paid.
And it might not be that. It might be advice. It might be a yo, I see you got this going on. Here's a link to this. Check this out. Right. Things like that. That's like, this nigga ain't come straight for the cheeks, right? That's intentional courtship, right? I'm not saying, Monica, that there aren't those women we run into that we don't just want the cheeks, right? But I am still saying...
Would you still use that method? Or would you use the I just want cheeks method?
See, this is where you get into...
That's a good question.
I gotta
good
pull
question,
this,
Monica.
I gotta pull this down.
Let's do it.
I gotta pull this down, right? So don't take this cocky, okay? Nobody in the room take this cocky, right? But I've learned in my older years that I did not ever have to work as hard as the average man for the yams that I've gotten, okay? I've learned that, all right? No, come back.
It's real.
Come
Go
back.
ahead, bro. Tell them.
Because I've number one, I've always been honest, right? I've always been somebody that got to it, was in certain circles, whatever it might have been, and I'm bastante guapo, all right? So therefore, it made it easier for me. And I didn't know that until I was like 35. Because I had, to your point, when we was talking about off camera, I had women doing stuff for me that they shouldn't been doing based on who they were.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, why? And one of my female friends was like, nigga, I hate to give you this big head I'm about to give you, but at your age and what you got going on, you a rarity. So before I answer your question, a lot of niggas' approach has to include something extra because they lack a lot.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So
Hold on, when you say that, can you say that again? Because I think this is where women get blindsided. They get blinded by the allotness. Because when you see the guys doing way more, they are the ones that ain't really got much going on.
It ain't a lot of substance there.
We gotta learn how to differentiate.
Yeah, he in the club, but with buying goofy bottles, everything like that.
A lot of bitches out here getting finessed and beat by
Super
knockoff
finesse.
shit.
So
what he's saying is real.
For just sex, finesse is okay. It's okay. Like, it's your body, ladies. It's your body, fellas. Whatever you want to do with just sex, that's okay. That's not what we talking about. Just sex, you know, God willing, you don't get no disease or nothing, ain't gonna fuck your life up. Just some good sex ain't gonna fuck your life up. A bad relationship can, though, at least for a period of time. You can waste time with people or just be in a fucked up space, headspace, whatever, for dealing with the bad person, right? What I'm saying is, when people come on a certain way that is like, why am I receiving this? Always question it, because it should match, right? Because courtship is a two-way street. A man shouldn't just have to court a woman if that man brings value, right? The woman should bring value as well, because a valuable man respects a valuable woman. We don't want a woman that don't bring value into the situation, into the household. Right. That's not alluring to us, because I could do that my fucking self.
Yo, let me ask you something. So I don't know about all the other people that you was hanging around, but like with me, right? I was hanging around a lot of people that were more like me, right? So my friends had crazy talents, crazy hustles, interesting people, either super funny. So you might not notice that we're not like the average dude. So we don't notice that we're getting an easier way with women than other people were outside that's watching us.
So I was completely the opposite in that I never hung with a lot of dudes. So my view was tunnel vision to myself.
Only yourself.
Right? And then I never, and I don't even mean this in a straight way, but I never had an interest in what other dudes was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never took a keen interest into what and why someone else's sex life is what it is or whatever, if it wasn't a woman that I was some type of interested in. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't until I was a little bit older that I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I went, sat down with a therapist and everything. Like, I'm like, what's going on here? Like, what's the dichotomy? And I talked to different people and stuff like that. And I just had to learn that my plate looked different than a lot of dudes' plates, right? And like I said, I don't mean to say it and sound in a cocky way, but it was really something that I had to understand, because what it then taught me, and I talked about this last time I was here, was that I was being selfish. I was robbing women of that great quality that they were bestowing upon me that I really wasn't ever going to get back to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Two things. One thing is, nigga, we gonna need a list of them words. You keep coming. Nah, it's all good. You keep coming with them thespians, karate, some shit sound like karate. But whatever, we'll get that from you later. Anyway, right now, I just want to, I think you are the professional lover. I think that name fits you perfectly. I think like you be spilling on here, going crazy for real, just with shit. And I like the fact that you made a crazy point about like, if we just have sex, right? If we just have sex, let's say you do think I just want the sex and I finesse you for sex, and it's not good. It's just bad sex.
It's bad sex.
If you like it, you like it. You actually got finessed and you like getting finessed for that, right? But when the relationship shit, like he said, the relationship shit to me is a different like level. Because when you go to finesse a whole relationship, it's like you said, the sex ain't gonna bother nobody. But the relationship actually affects people.
Right.
Right, because now we talking about the lion. The lion. And this is where everything falls the fuck apart. And this is where as humans in this category that we speaking on relationships, you know, and it's hard for me to say, yo, everybody need to tighten up. You know why it's hard for me to say that? Because finesse is in a lot of people's benefit. People finesse for their benefits. You know what I'm saying? People will fake a whole relationship for their benefits. Right? And that's fucked up for the other person on the other end that's probably really loving you and fucking with you or whatever. So my whole thing is just like, that's a crazy point, and I'm just saying, don't get mad when I say let's just have sex, because like my guy said, it's just sex. If you don't like it, you don't like it. We could do this shit responsibly. But you trying to finesse me out of a whole relationship is a bigger issue. I personally
feel like there's so we talk about the LGBTQ and those letters and whatever they stand for, right? And I don't mean it disrespectfully. I know what they stand for. But anyway, I believe straight folks should have letters. So this is a conversation I've had with multiple people a lot of times, right? And I think that what those letters do is not only do they build community, right? Because now I automatically know there's people like me. There's QIA on the list now. It's like, damn, there's Qs. I think that's what I am. Right. Let me look and let me round up, right? So in the straight people community, there are non-monogamists, right? There are, I don't remember the term for it. I think it's una something,
poly,
unibae or something like that. Yeah. That is like, it's a woman or a man that only likes to be with couples, right? There's just a lot of things. There's monogamist, right? I like to, when I'm in a relationship, I like to have sex with one person, right? There's faithful, right? And faithful can be faithful non-monogamous, right? So you can be in a relationship with somebody, but based on you guys' understanding, whether it be we have threesomes, whether it be, you know, on Tuesday nights you allowed to date, whatever works for y'all, that's faithful non-monogamous, right? So there's so many different categories of I'm still straight, right? There's even a category where like there's women who will deal with another woman with their man. They won't seek another woman on their own outside of that relationship, but in the confines of that relationship, and they don't identify as even bi, but they'll have sex with another woman with their man, right? So there's just so many categories that if I could have that conversation, right? Because
that would be so much easier.
Right, exactly.
Separate everybody and go for what you want.
Don't
mix it up.
Liars will still lie.
Oh, of course.
Liars will always lie, but at least what it'll do is it'll for courtship purposes, it'll eliminate some of the finesse, right? Because now it's like
you gotta put in more work, I feel like.
You at least gotta identify with somebody who identifies with your letter or even is at least interested in what you're interested in, right? Like me, I'm faithful non-monogamous, right? That's what I am. You know what I'm saying? So my girl knew that coming into our relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that's an understanding that we have.
What was that again? The faithful one?
That's basically, everything goes through her, right? So anything I want to do, it goes through her. And if she's okay with that, if it's us and somebody else, whatever it might be, it has to be okay with her, right? So that just handing that power over to your woman just means a ton. You know what I'm saying? Like, she probably gonna get me because I'm going too far on the podcast. But anywho, she even has given me a hall pass in the past, right? I didn't even know it was coming. She went away. She on vacation. She like, look, you got a hall pass for the next 2 days. Have fun. Strap up. Nigga, you right? And I'm at scratch. So I'm going back to old Joe's. I'm like, I ain't even get to use my motherfucking hall pass because I'm being a good boy, right?
You've been out the game,
so
I've been
like,
out the
what's
game
the point?
too long.
Why even be in a relationship though if you still want those other people.
Because your sexual desires never die, especially as a man. Any man that tells you, and women too, but any man that tells you, I'm with you, baby, all I see is you, the apple in my eye, I'll never need to have sex with another woman, they're lying. Even if they do remain faithful and don't touch.
Never need to?
Never need or want or anything.
Need and want is a different thing. He don't need to fuck something else.
No, that's true.
He do. He need to. But here's the thing. I don't believe that we're relating right in our society, because it's not an excuse to say I need to have sex outside of my relationship. It's an excuse to say you're enough. I still have these desires, right? But you're enough. It's no different than a diet. The doctors say you can't have sugar no more. We got to cut your leg off.
So with the hall pass, was she not enough?
No,
she's giving him she's giving him the opportunity, instead of thinking in her mind that, oh, my man's gonna cheat, I'm gonna give him the opportunity to go do something with me telling you that it's okay.
Right. And here's the thing. This is a term I use often. A long leash is a short leash. Mm-hmm. Everyone should be in a relationship. You ever had a dog that somebody always keep in the cage? Yeah. And when they let that motherfucker out the cage, it's jumping on your lap, it's on your head, it's all over here, it's doing this, that, right? That's the man that's in the household. Like, what you looking at on her page for? Where you was at yesterday? Soon as that nigga chick go to Jamaica or whatever, that nigga, Dev, where they at, Dev?
Dev don't know where they at.
What we doing?
I'm
you know what I'm saying?
M or something. Faithful, major, monogamous. That's my letters. Fuck out of here, Kyree.
This the new Dev. We ain't talking about the old Dev.
The old Dev is HOE.
Question, because I gotta play devil's advocate and just make sure we fair here. Would you give your woman a hall pass?
I would. And that's the craziest admission that niggas can't handle, right? So I am a whatever's good for the geese is good for the gander type of guy.
Gotcha.
Right? I am that type of guy. And I don't say that in the way that I want to, right? But I know as soon as I say I'm taking that hall pass, and she even hit me with I don't want no information. I don't want to know. Just strap up. I don't need to know you used it or you ain't used it, whatever.
Right.
As soon as I do it mentally, because I'm a nigga that's cut from a certain cloth and I stand on it, there's no way in hell I could look at her and be like, fuck no, you ain't doing that. And I partook in it.
Right.
I
get that.
But I'm cut from that sort of cloth. Like, we've had the conversations that's like, yo, let's build something amazing outside of sex, right? Our sex life is amazing. We do what we do. But let's build something amazing outside of sex so that sex can never interfere with what we have going on amazingly.
Wow.
What does that mean? That means 10 years from today, I only last 5 minutes or something. I'm not satisfying her. But we got something so amazing that now I'm man enough to be like, get what you need. Get what you need, come back home. You know what I'm saying? Because people allow, like, when you really, like, let's really think about sex and let's think about relationships. Especially anybody in here that's been in long relationships, right? Your time with that person, think about that. And then now think about the time you spent making love to that person, right? It's like we talked about with the movies, right? We're going to do all of this work for this 30 seconds that's going to be on the movie. And it's going to be one of the scenes people just always talk about.
Right.
That's our relationship, right? The sex was amazing. This, that. But what about everything else? Right. What have y'all built? What have y'all went through up and down with each other? What relationships have spawned from y'all relationship together?
Way smaller portion.
All of that, right? It pales in comparison. But what happens? Sex go wrong, relationship in the trash. That's like saying, well, that sex scene in this major motion picture award winning story wasn't good enough. So fuck the whole movie because we ain't get that little 30 seconds the right way we wanted to get it. Right?
Listen, he's spitting bars. They some different type bars.
No,
they some different bars.
He always spills.
It's always an atypical thought with me because I really believe we are not relating right. We've been taught so many things over so many years that it's hard to break those things down. But if you really have those conversations with your partner, you really had it like who are you really sexually? Don't lie to me.
Right.
What you into? What you trying to do? I can handle it, right? Because most people are not going to be taken aback by who you are. They're going to be taken aback by who they didn't know you were. I've been with you for 5 years and I never knew you was on this shit.
Yo, hold on. Hold on. Because this is only because it's coming right off of what he just said.
Go ahead.
That part is true, because it would be like in real life, it would be like being with my girl and then my girl deciding she was going to be something regular, yo, like not a stripper. I'm gonna be a bottle girl, right? I would probably lose my shit like she was doing something crazy but then we could break up and I'll meet a girl that's a bottle girl and I get with her. And then people do that type of stuff all the time. A dude would be like, if his girl go and strip afterwards, but he might meet something in the strip club, think she dope, holler at her and get with her and be like, yeah, my girl strip. Or back to the acting thing. I met the chick. It's like this: Angelina Jolie, Thandie Newton, whoever the fuck is in the movie, they all in the movie doing what they doing naked. Niggas is going to get with them. If they not with whoever they with, you meet her, you not telling her she's not going to do that. You was happy as fuck at the red carpet, arm in arm with her at the Grammys.
The devil you know.
At the Grammys, because you knew her like that. But when you see it later on get added to the situation.
People are scared that there is legit someone for everyone, right? The way we're fucking it up is that we're meeting our someone or not meeting our someone, and we are not their someone on purpose, right? So my relationship now, for an example, when I met her, I knew from meeting her from that time that she could be the one. I didn't know she was, but I knew she could be. I knew what characteristics fell in line. So I was intentional about who I am.
Right.
For better or worse, I'm going to be the Kyree Terrell that I am in the mirror, nigga. It ain't nothing. Dev can't call my girl and be like, you know, he did this, and she don't already know. And I did that on purpose, right? If you going to be my person, you going to know exactly who the fuck you with.
Right.
So we have those conversations. She knows exactly who the fuck I am. It ain't nothing nobody could tell her past or present that I was, and she not like, okay, nigga, like I know.
I like the fact like that, because me personally, I'm not a fan of sharing, right? Sharing my woman at any point. That's just not me. In a perfect world, I would never share my woman, somebody that I love and somebody that I hold up on a pedestal, and we supposed to be partners, right? That's just me.
Just with a man or even with a woman?
Only with a woman.
No, I'm saying you wouldn't share her with a woman either?
Oh my gosh, Porta.
Possibly, that could change. No. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. It's a difference. It's a difference. We living in a different world where it's a different fucking scenario. You fucking right. I might take a woman. A man is out of the fucking question. That's no break. That's 99% of every.
But what makes that woman?
Yeah,
so what makes her less? So you're basically saying the person that you love and you adore and you respect her on a certain level, but you don't respect her enough to let another woman do it?
No, I'm saying I might not have a problem with a woman, but I definitely got a problem with a man. We alpha.
She could leave you for that woman just like she could leave you for that man, though.
Listen, that's true. Listen, that's true. Listen, that's true too. But y'all just asked me a question.
So what you afraid of?
We never gonna be cool with just no man giving your woman up for a man unless you talking like my man talking. What I let me get to my point. My point is it's difficult because in a perfect world, no, I'm not with sharing, right? But in the world that he's talking about, what he's saying, you correct me if I'm wrong, what he's saying is a lot of what I always say. Remove the lies from this shit. Remove allowing people to be able to lie to you and watch how shit changes. Remove women being able to finesse you. Or if you're a woman, remove niggas from being able to finesse you. Make them tell the truth. Make them be honorable and watch a lot of this shit go out the window. And I just feel like that's not the world we living in. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, if you could find somebody like that where y'all could come forward and be honorable like that and say, yo, look, I got something I want to do different or whatever. If your girl give you a pass and you say, yo, you know what? You did some real shit. I ain't got no problem. This, you know, it's our shit, whatever. Like, I could see shit working like that if we was living in a real world.
I feel like that's why he said everybody needs their letters,
that
though,
shit right
especially
there,
in a straight,
and don't get me wrong,
world.
I salute it and honor it. But that shit right there you talking is 85% of people out here, men and women, don't do it.
Yeah, they not.
They not off of it. Everybody like finessing. Everybody want to have their cake and eat it the fuck too.
So and here's where that comes together, right? The truth saves time, money, feelings, everything, right?
Facts.
But the lie is instant gratification. That's the finesse, right?
Exactly.
So most people, especially people who are not educated and are not able to have a good conversation, they go for the finesse because they understand the finesse and they know that at the end of that tunnel is the same result that they were looking for, right? So now what ends up happening is they get the result, but finesse was their goal. It wasn't the person on the other ends of that goal, and now we're bumping heads, right? So when you think about that in life, right? The truth saves time and it saves money. If we literally, in the world, could get everybody to just tell the truth, the world would legit be a better place. It would be a faster place. It would be a cheaper place. Cheaper to this point, right? I can't remember what book I got this out of. You go in a great neighborhood, right? Stores close, owner shuts their door, locks their door, walks away, right? You go in this neighborhood, store closes, owner shuts their door, locks their door, beeps their security camera, pulls their gate down, calls and check on they round the clock part, you know what I mean, whatever. All that money, I had to buy security, I had to put a gate on, I had the 3 locks on my door, and I got a patrolling person to protect the same exact goods that people somewhere that tell more truth, not all truth, but tell more truth, don't have to do. So their bottom line comes down so much. Exactly what you're saying in relationships is exactly the same. And I'm sorry, fellas, but it starts with us. I gotta be real with that, because when I decided to tell the whole truth, my relationship got so much easier. Like it just is so much you don't have to do when you telling the truth to the I don't need the gate. I don't need the
I feel when you tell the truth to a person who's trying to finesse you, it's going to change the game. When you talking to let's say if a female is talking to you, we talking about us right now. If a female is trying to talk to you and her end goal is the finesse, whatever, some material shit, whatever goofy shit be on their mind. Like, my thing is, once you tell them, like, nah, I don't play none of that. This what I'm doing. This what I do. We can either be this or we working on that. If we not working on that the right way, the real way, then we're going to be this. And this is what it take it or leave it.
Truth and lies is water and oil. You could put it in the same cup, right? But it's never, ever going to mix. You could stir it up, do whatever you want. It's never going to mix. The truth is always true, right? A lie is infinite. And people don't realize that the truth is math. It's 2 + 2 is 4. The lie is world history. Nobody knows what the fuck really happened.
What I don't understand about the lies, though, right, is how can you give lies, but then can't accept them? Because a lot of times when you give them, it's going to cause, to me, it's going to cause, like, eventually once people get wind.
You got to listen. We just answered that question. The truth and lies don't mix. Lies and lies do. I put more oil in that glass, right? You're going to see that come together.
Right.
So if I am a liar, I'm going to welcome and attract other liars. And then I'm going to be on Instagram saying, all these niggas is liars. I don't know why I keep attracting these type of...
We need to break the cycle.
That's you. That's you is what's happening. That's coming around you. You're manifesting that because that's the energy that you're putting out, and your aura sucks that in, right? And to my point about the women that I once was attracting, right? My aura was saying that I was this guy, right? So these women, and especially with with where I'm going with this, age plays a major factor because once I started to hit 35, 36, the pickings get slim, right? Of men that like women who are single, especially like everybody know is a plethora of single black women, not that many like worthy single black men, right? So now when I started to hit that age group, because I remember seeing it like, why is my shit so easy now? Like, this is crazy.
Right.
And that's what it was. It was such a gap. You got one nigga standing in the elevator and it's 40 women running toward that joint, right? So that first 8 that get on the joint, like, they doing whatever you want them to do to stay on that fucking elevator. And it wasn't until I understood that, I'm like, yo, I'm giving out this crazy aura and this image of who I am, but I'm not really who y'all want to be on the elevator with. I'm not ready for this shit yet. You know what I'm saying? So once, and it takes a nigga who gives a fuck about that. Cause this niggas out here that's married, side joint, whatever they got going on. It takes a nigga that's like, you know what? I don't have it in my heart to victimize, right? Like if I know, I think I said this before, but if I know I could beat you, you really got to do some disrespectful shit for me to lay hands on you.
Right.
If it's mano y mano, it looked like this might get a little interesting, or we could go at it. But if I know I'll whoop your ass, I'm not going to do it. So the same was true in relationships. It was like, I really got too much of the upper hand right here. Let me step back, get myself ready to do something I never did, which was be completely honest, completely faithful, and really give everything to one woman. So I was just having this conversation. I know we got to wrap up, but I was just having this conversation with my guy because he in a relationship that he don't know where it's going and all of that. I said, nigga, where you going? like, who gives a fuck about anybody else? Because that's where we get caught up. We get caught up in, but I want Wally though. Wally might not be going in your same direction, my nigga. So if you talking about 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, the rest of your life, my nigga, where are you headed? Because that on that path, especially as a black man that's worth a damn, you gonna run into, no disrespect, 18 Wiley's, my nigga, right? You gonna run into this again. It's just law of averages. I'm not saying she not an amazing woman. I'm just saying it's way more of y'all than it is us.
All right, that's real.
So if you stay on your path and stay on your course, you gonna find this again. But your mind got to be made up to the point that's like, the next one I find, I want to keep. Because your situation with Wally might be too fucked up. She got too much dirt on you at this point.
Not fixable.
She's never going to be the woman that really sews into you crazy like you deserve for the man you are at your core. You know what I'm saying? But if you really be you and really dig in, something like that going to come back around. But now, you got to treat that shit that special way or it's out of here again. So niggas got to really choose who they going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Niggas got to be ready.
Yeah.
If you ain't ready, then again, keep it 100.
I'm still
fucking. I'm still fucking. I'm still young. I'm still innocent. No. It ain't even funny because it's a shame that we can't talk like that. It's a shame that we can't talk like that, but we can finesse each other. We can lie to each other and try to scam each other for stupid shit, right? Because I done met some cool women. And I'm cool. I'm sure they felt like he's a good guy. He's a cool nigga. But then because of all the games finessing, next thing you know, you never see a motherfucker again in life.
Right.
Right? And that's, that's fucked up shit to me. When we could just fix it by being honest. Being honest. Okay. You single? You working?
I just don't feel like I can hear all that shit all day. I don't feel like one person being honest affects the other person being honest, man.
I gotta disagree.
You've already disagreed.
Go ahead.
Said that.
Go ahead. I want you to finish. I want to cap one thing.
I just don't believe that. I believe that there are people that have certain agendas, and that's their agenda. If you say, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for a wife, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that, I'm not looking for this. If certain people got their agenda that they gonna put in, man, they gonna do what the fuck they gonna do.
But you don't feel like any girl could do that to you.
What you mean?
You don't. If a girl come and she like, I'm about to finesse the shit out of Devin Wade. I don't care he has a wife. I'm going to finesse him. You telling me now that you can't stop that?
No. But what I'm saying is
that's what you saying.
No. That's different because now we talking about me being with my girl and then somehow I'm entertaining somebody else.
No,
but if
we
my
talking
girl,
about a woman's plan.
But
her
if my
plan.
girl had the plan that I'm going to do this to Devin Wade, you can. My girl could be a fucking there's serial killers that's married to good people.
But we ain't talking about your girl right now. He was talking about, we talking about truth and lies.
I'm saying that when two people meet each other, in my opinion, one person being ultimately honest about what they would want and what they want doesn't make the other person, decide to be more honest.
But can she finesse you?
She still can finesse.
Here's the point, right? Here's the point. It's the age-old argument. Mm-hmm. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to hear it, does it make a sound? The answer is yes, right? The naivete of humans is saying no, because a human ear didn't hear it. But I guarantee you a deer, a bear, a frog jumped out the fucking way because they heard clack, 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 clack was about to happen, right? The bottom line is the truth is true. And that's what people don't recognize or realize. It's like, you can lie all you want,
right?
But the truth is true. If me and you were brothers on our birth certificate and I'm telling everybody in the world, I don't know Devin Wade, I'm fucking lying.
Right. They say
but
lies don't stand a chance.
They can find out the truth. So it's not about somebody not saying, or it's not about your truth changing someone into this honest Abe, right? That's not the point. The point is your truth will attract true to you. So it's harder for a finesser to finesse someone who's living their own truth because it just won't feel familiar to you. It's like that whole essence that we talked about. You can try your best. It's like a good woman ain't the same woman that is getting finessed by the bull, buying the bottles and wearing the chains and shit like that. She's not looking for that. It's not her truth. It's not even her lie.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm just want to stand on. I want to stand on. I don't agree. I think motherfuckers that come out there to finesse, because it's almost like, it almost goes to me, in my opinion, to almost like victim blaming. Like if you got finessed, then somehow you wasn't living in no. A person could be standing on 8 principles, telling people exactly what they want, and a shark that's in the water that know how to move and do what they going to do it, bro. Because
might be even easier to do it because you're.
Bro,
I mean, it can happen.
No, I'm telling you, I'm saying it definitely happens because I'm going in, I'm meeting a person. She telling me, I'm looking for this, and this, Dev. And you know what? I could be this, and that. Sharon, whoever you are, I could be all that. You told me, but the way my mind is working, if I'm just on finesse style, man, you ain't giving enough credit to some of these motherfucking finesses out here, man.
I believe that niggas can't lie that long. I believe that every motherfucker gonna forget they role when they lie. Oh, hold on. Let me finish. I just feel like, period. The minute you start accepting, like me personally, okay, it can happen. Of course it can happen. You might get got. You might put up with the fight that you need to put up and still get got by some great motherfucking finesser. But at the end of the day, the quotes speak for themselves. It's a quote that go, lies can't stand a chance when truth is in the room. And that's a stone cold fact. You shut people down from being able to lie, especially, and again, it's layers to this shit. It ain't just one thing, because we talking about relationships. We talking about finesse and shit like that. So this goes back to getting to know a person. Taking the time to get to know a person to where you can even know when a motherfucker is lying to you or not. Have they ever lied before? Shit like that. Like, I just feel like,
but people coming in as a character, bro. But this the thing. What are we talking about? Like, what, they can't finesse you for 5 years, but they could finesse you for these months. They could finesse you for a year.
Well, that's always going to be a thing. That's not even an exception to a rule type of thing. What you're saying is that you can't have a strong enough field of protection and awareness to not get a finessed as a human being, is what you're saying.
I'm basically trying to make sure that I'm saying, because this is what we do when we podcast. We want to make sure that everybody's point good across and everybody says, because if I just say, then that means I agree with something. That's how it comes across. So I want to be sure to say that I believe.
Don't fucking agree.
No, I want to be goddamn clear that I don't give a fuck. I think you could be the most honest person in the world, Tell somebody exactly what you want. They could look
the
you dead in your face.
The recipe, and then they'll use that against you.
And they will use it against you. I believe that. They already done got the draws. They done got in the crib. They done got whatever because they got the hidden hand the whole fucking time. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You telling them, I'm looking for a church man that's doing that. Oh, yeah? I went to Bible study. I could spit this shit to you backwards and forwards.
And you right? But that's we're not saying that you're not right. I agree. What I'm saying to you is the person that's meant for you, like ultimately, you're not going to recognize that person if you never met Vanessa Williams, right? You talking about Vanessa Williams?
Yeah, I'm cool Vanessa, with that part,
right?
Mm-hmm. So I like that name.
What happens is because I went through with this person, and to you, what you saying in the back, they got what they wanted, they did it. Now you know the signs. You know what's going on. So now that person becomes a variable in your life, right? So what I'm speaking from is I'm speaking from a place of ultimate courtship. I'm speaking from a place of if you want to make your relationship work. And to your point, the truth and the lie ain't gonna mix in a relationship even for 6 months. It's just not gonna work. You gotta be aware of the flags. But everybody none of us start off knowing, like we've all been finessed.
But the flags gonna come.
They gonna come.
They gonna come.
And it's up to you to educate yourself and say, what happened last time I did this? I've had women actually say to me, nah, the last nigga said that shit too. Yeah. Right? You gonna have to do X, Y, Z. And to Porter's point, I might fall off. If I really was on some shit like, I really got a girl at home, I'll just try to hit or whatever it might be, I'm gonna fall off. I'm not playing your game for that long.
Listen, Kai, to me, it's just a bunch of shit, bro, that men might do. I can only speak about what women do because I don't date men. So women can speak about what men do. I can only speak about what women do. And no disrespect to the ladies here, to any ladies. I don't want anybody to feel like, oh, he's talking about me. No. I'm just saying, like you said, the finesse shit, you know what I'm saying? Damn, I kind of like lost track of what I was trying to say. But I just feel like, bro, when you keeping it 100, and you dealing with like a female, like you said, or a man, whoever is playing the games, eventually you're gonna fumble the rock. And if one person is being stone cold honest the whole time and truthful, he's gonna pick it up. That's just like when you might be with a girl who might be constantly on a phone, or I just feel like it's certain shit that come out that if you thought about getting in a relationship with this girl, it's certain shit that'll happen that you're gonna be like, let me put brakes on this and see what's really coming out of this because she moving a little.
Well,
that's
y'all,
all I'm saying.
We know y'all debating right now inside of the chat and all of that. You know what I'm saying? We are out of time right now. You know what I'm saying? But can y'all go and spin this motherfucking wheel real quick?
Get these ones out. You dig? Y'all know what it's gonna be.
We about that action, get active, we ain't to run it up. Steady pistol back, no savages, killers known to us on either side. We let them heaters fly. We really live it, come and visit, you can see the time. We about that action, get active, we ain't to run it up. Steady pistol back, no savages, killers known to us on either side. We let them heaters fly. We really live it, you can visit, come and see the time. My time, I brought it up with a brand, they know what it is. Really came out the coldest of kids.
This has been another episode of the Devinwade Show. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna end on some truth. I'm not sharing my girl with another woman and none of that shit. You feel me? It ain't motherfucking happening, guys.
The truth shall set you free.
And this truth gonna set motherfuckers free. I ain't sharing shit. For everybody and for motherfucking Kyree Terrell, the Pro Lover, you know what I'm saying? We up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Brand new old bitches DMing me, I forgot I smoke like a chimney, sorry baby, you gotta go. Think I got the remedy cause I'm ballin' but never know. I got the remedy cause I'm ballin' but never know.